Hi everybody, welcome to my channel Living in the Red Dot. This is May from Singapore. Today's perfume will be Jean Paul Gaultier's La Belle Terrible. It's a Legere eau de parfum. So if this is something you're interested in, please stay tuned. Hi everyone, so today's perfume is Jean Paul Gaultier's La Belle Terrible. This is the latest one in the La Belle collection. This was released back in early 2022, but things always take a while to get here in the Singapore counters. So I found this perfume in Tangs, I think a couple of months ago. And I've been meaning to kind of review it for a while, but every time I try and spray it, I keep forgetting to write down my thoughts on it. So I've kind of visited the place maybe 4 times and tried it on 4 times. So I think I kind of got the feel of how it wears, because I actually decided not to buy the bottle. So Jean Paul Gaultier's Terrible, it's a Legere eau de parfum, so it's light perfume. I don't know if that's in between eau de toilette and eau de parfum, so maybe that's what they mean by Legere, I'm assuming. So it's not meant to be a long-lasting perfume, and that's exactly how it performs. But before we get there, I love the color of the bottle. The shape of the bottle is exactly the same, I believe, as the previous 2 La Belles, the La Belle Eau de Parfum and La Belle Intense. So that's the same, but those 2 were kind of like dark red, almost black cherry in color, whereas this one is kind of like a light blue, kind of like this blue, and I love that color. It's just so kind of vibrant and relaxing at the same time. It's this kind of cool color. Now what I don't like about it is that it has this kind of small embroidered flowers on around the neckline, the colletage of the bottle, and I'm generally not a big fan of kind of embroidery, or maybe it's crocheted, I don't quite remember, because they tend to get dirty easily, especially when you're touching things a lot, like you're spraying your perfume, or if you put it on your desk or something, like the dirt just gets in it, or the edges also tend to curl and it doesn't look pretty as it ages. So other than that, the bottle shape and color is just fantastic. I think it only comes in one size, either an 80 or 100 ml. I'm not quite sure. And the price was definitely right up there. I think it was around like 120 or something like that. Was it 220? I will post it somewhere out here. I wasn't really into getting it, so I didn't really pay attention to the pricing. Yeah, so first time I heard the name, I'm like, Terrible, why would you name something like terrible? But apparently in France it's a bit of a slang to say terrible. It's like, I guess it's like in the US or North America, you're saying like, oh, you're terrible, like actually means you're great. So terrible is like terrific, like it's terrific. It can mean that in French. So okay, so that makes more sense to me now, like why it's named Terrible. I mean, it is Jean Paul Gaultier, so they're a little bit edgier. So the perfume itself, it's sweet, just like the other 2, the two La Belles. It is sweet, but it's sugary sweet. It's kind of like light, floating in the air sweet, as opposed to the first 2 are a little bit more dense, have more depth, and kind of slightly darker. I mean, it's sweet, but it's kind of like heavier. So this one is very light. It's light, it's sweet, refreshing, kind of like a sweet sugary drink that you buy at the bars, you know, at the beach and stuff like that. I would say this is a very summer scent. It's definitely a hot weather scent, but I don't associate it as much with, you know, beach or lounging on the beach. It's, to me, it's more of a lounging by the poolside, you know, hot sunny weather, but you know, you've got the calm pool water that is like very artificially blue. So yes, this does smell artificial. So it's artificial sweet, very sugary sweet, and aquatic. I think that was the main difference I've seen. This one is very aquatic, to my nose, and that aquatic nature, I think, comes from the water lily. It's like a either blue water lily, or they call it blue lotus as well. I'm kind of confused with the names because it has kind of an oriental kind of counterpart in the names. Some will call it blue water lily, some will call it blue lotus, but technically lotus and water lily are two different types of flowers. But both of them kind of have that kind of aquatic, slightly earthy nature to it. So I don't like that. I didn't like that at all. What else? It's I wouldn't really call it floral, even though, you know, it has iris. I don't find it too powdery. On the main website, it says it has ginger, and I can see that. It has a slight kind of like zing to it, that warm spicy zing, and excuse me. So yeah, like that one works with it, but yeah, I don't smell any floral in it. And the perfume in general, it's not something original, as in you'd go like, oh, that's something new. It's actually something that you've smelled before. Especially me, I have quite a few sweet, gourmandish type of perfumes because that's what I gravitate to. And this one is, I dare say, not special, but for people who are looking for something lighter, new perfume in the summer that is more like light, sweet, and aquatic, then this is a good perfume to try. It's not something that will fit in my collection. I believe I have too many perfumes that are kind of give me the similar vibe for it, and the price point is a bit of a turn off. But then again, it is a limited edition, and it is slightly different than, not slightly, it is quite different than the first two labels. So I think it could have been a whole like different standalone perfume, not necessarily needed to be put in the label collection. But maybe that's just because it is sweet. So yeah, that's my review for Jean Paul Gaultier's Terrible Legere Eau de Parfum. If you found this review interesting, helpful, please press like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.